Good evening. My name is Jonathan Elijah Bowers with JEBSEO.com. In this video, this is Fort Worth SEO practices for Charlottesville VA dentists, Part 3, Section 2. Competition on page analysis continued. So what we've been talking about the past few days is dental clients in Charlottesville, Virginia, who can benefit for ranking on Google organic for these organic terms right here. So really what we're talking about today is the dentist in Charlottesville VA keyword term and the top dogs that are ranking for that. So we're doing a competition analysis for Barracks Road Dental, our example site. And we're comparing it to the people who outranked them, and we're going to figure out and form distinctions. Why are they outranking them? So as we see here, what Google really wants is keyword relevancy in the inner URL, the title, meta description, H1 and H2 tags, with content pertaining towards dental care in Charlottesville, Virginia. The importance is concise verbiage without surpassing naturalness. So that's essentially sink or swim. So on-page analysis. We talked about off-page or backlink analysis, and that would be sort of along the lines of reverse sink or swim, relevancy within other links that are coming towards you. So as an SEO consultant in Fort Worth, I help build these links, and I help with analysis and recommendation towards my clients about what ranks and how does it work. But I want to use this as an example site and a disclaimer because I don't actually work with these folks, and I just wanted to use this as a case study to help potential dental clients who are interested in my service get a better understanding about how real-world issues on Google within organic and these businesses rank or don't rank against competition. So, like I said, relevancy-based resources on the internet within the URL, the meta, anchor, content, and then conversion. That's what we call UMAC. How can you help others locate your property on the search engines? So with conversions, your content, anchor, meta, and URL, it really does matter having relevancy on your on-page. So we're going to do a quick competition analysis. So yesterday we did an analysis on, I believe it was Blue Ridge Dental. So today we're going to do an on-page analysis on Barracks, and we're going to form some distinctions on why these folks right here, S. Viles Smile, is outranking Barracks Road Dental. I believe they're number 4, right? Yeah, they are number 4 for dentists in Charlottesville, VA, which is a large competitive term. So first things first, as you can see here, Barracks Road Dental, they changed their background image to a actual brick and mortar, their actual brick and mortar. And whenever we look over here, we're not going to analyze this on page in terms of conversion. What we're going to analyze this from is in the perspective of a spider. So I'm sitting here and I see like an H1 tag, I believe H1, H2, personalizing dentistry once upon a time. Your leading dentists in Charlottesville, VA. So this is either an H1 or H2. So dentists in Charlottesville, VA, that gets you brownie points. Our small practice values doesn't really tell you much about what your practice is about. A spider doesn't know that. I mean, it's an H1, H2, but it does add naturalness. You don't want to just continue to spam Charlottesville VA dentist on your site or whatever keywords you're going after. Defeat anxiety, full family dentistry, these are H3 or potentially H4 tags. Meet the ADC doctors. I believe this is a H1 tag. We'll do a quick analysis right now. This appears to be the doctor. So we go here, we got testimonials, some pictures and whatnot. You know, from a conversion standpoint, the website looks pretty nice, you know, but from a robotic perspective, that's what we want to focus on right now. So when I'm looking at this, we're going to pull up Screaming Frog. I have Screaming Frog open right now, so I have their site. First thing I'm going through is whenever we think about, what is it, sink or swim, and UMAC, we're going through and we're checking what? Page titles, we're checking meta description, H1 and H2 tags, and then we're going to check the URL out. So as we see here, S. Viles Smiles, they don't have dentistry, or dental-related words within their domain. So Smiles might, from a latent semantic indexing perspective. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a later video, or I might just create an entire video about latent semantic indexing. But with Smiles, for instance, in terms of linguistics, we know Smiles can correlate with dentistry, with orthodontics, and that practice. So here we're going and we're looking, might help, might not, but they are ranked on the first page, outranking Barracks Road, so something that they're doing must be right. We go to page titles. Page titles are pretty important. So we just analyze the URL, And for inner URLs, it's good to build out inner URLs on a sitemap, because if you have a sitemap that's concise but also has different verticals, if you're going to have about us or different procedures that you offer or blogs, that really does provide relevancy and naturalness. So we're going to go here, page titles, and we see dentist in Charlottesville, VA. Welcome to ADC, and they have a phone number, call to action. They have dentist in Charlottesville, VA. So this is quite literally their title, and this is helping them rank for the term dentist in Charlottesville, VA by having an exact match in their title. Right there, that just moves mountains, and it helps them outrank their competition without sending a lot of links. Like, I remember I looked at these folks, and whenever we did analysis on these guys, I think they had maybe 30 links, 40 links, less trusted links than Blue Ridge, but because their on page is better than Barracks Road Dental, that's why they're ranking, and this is why we're doing this competition analysis right here. So we're going to go to meta description, which is next. Meta description. You only have one meta description for Google. Google will only really analyze one meta for your domain. Correction. You can have different meta descriptions for different inner URLs, but really what we're focusing on is just the domain aspect, the root domain. So what we have here, you're looking for a top dentist in Charlottesville, VA. It's pretty much descriptive of what your business is about. The meta description is a way to let spiders know, like, hey, it's a call to action for human beings, but also in terms of robotics, meta description helps robots understand, okay, well, this is kind of like a subtitle of a title, of a page title. So that's what we sort of think of. It's like, in a better way to put it, like a subset in understanding titles. And the meta description is much more longer, though. Google's meta description goes to 164 characters, and I believe page titles is 60 characters. So next, we're going to go to the H1 tag. H1 tags that they have on their front page here on their root domain. As we can see here, we looked at this and we saw your leading dentists in Charlottesville, VA. It's good that they have dentists, which is a partial for the keyword that we're analyzing in Charlottesville, VA. So these folks right now, they're utilizing this H1 tag, which is good. We're going to go to the H2 tag. They have one H1 tag on their front page, as you can see with this occurrence. So one occurrence with an H1 tag. You don't want to overutilize H1s all over your page. I would say 1 to 2 H1 tags and about 2 to 3 H2 tags on your page is a concise, natural way of ranking relevantly and authoritatively. So we go here to H2, and we see on this H2, something that I don't necessarily agree with is the H2 length. As you can see with this H2 length right here, although we are a bigger dental office, we give every patient the individual attention they deserve. Having this, I don't necessarily, I think this may actually be holding them back. So this is something that Barracks Road Dental can take very much advantage of having an H2 tag with lots of characters, 100 characters. Some sites do it, not too many of them, but what I would really say is for Barracks Road Dental is having more H2 tags that are concise. More H2 tags that are concise and include and spice up different keywords without emphasizing and magnifying really does and will help Barracks Road Dental. This is why Smiles is ranking so high, is because they aren't surpassing a threshold of naturalness. As you see here, they have meet the ADC doctors. So they have multiple dentists. So these folks are a very large company. So we're going to go back now and we're going to ask some questions. So what can Barracks Road Dental do to help improve their rankings in terms of on-page? We've been talking about this really in terms of UMAC and sink or swim or reverse sink or swim, really just sink or swim. So we want to have relevancy in the URL, the domain, right? And then the meta description. Meta can be anything with images, videos, alternative texts, and social media platforms that are associated with your entity, name, address, phone number, having maps integrations, which maps we're going to talk about next. Maps Domination will be part 4 of this series, and I'm super psyched to talk about that because I love talking about maps, and I'm really just gearing forward towards pushing more towards maps and localization, local SEO. So anyways, so what can they do? They can continue to add more relevancy, on their site without over-surpassing a threshold of naturalness. So why does smiles.com outrank these folks at Barracks Road for this Charlottesville VA dentist organically on Google, the implications and distinctions are clear. They are not surpassing a naturalness, and really they have H1 tags, H2 tags that include latent, semantic, indexable keywords without overhitting it. You know, even in their URL, they don't have dentistry, just as Barracks Road Dental care.com does, you know, and this is where barracksroaddentalcare.com can really outrank them easier because they have dental care in their domain, and they can rank for maybe like dental care Charlottesville, VA. There's a lot of different undiscovered terms, and that's why I love SEO, is because although with the keyword research that we do here, with these 10 keywords, that projects about $10,000 sales revenue given $2,800 for an LTV client customer value. Just ranking for like these, you'll continue to rank for other long tail keywords, shorter tail keywords, and this 10K could easily be $15,000, $20,000, maybe $30,000 additionally per month on, you know, what we talked about with the price. I don't give out the prices of anything, you know, fill out my discovery form if you're interested. But the growth is potentially massive with understanding keywords and just winning and attacking. A good book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, a Chinese philosopher, I've stated is you will win then you attack. Really just setting up and framing, contextualizing, watering your seeds, really something that's important. It may sound philosophical or epistemological, which I do talk about in another video, but really just winning and then attacking can help you discover undiscovered keywords for your products, and it can be on a local level, national level, worldwide, and it just really depends on how deep you want to go. How motivated are you? If you just want to attack localized SEO, that's cool. If you just want to go after zip codes, that's fine too. If you want to go worldwide, like the implications and the potential opportunities are just massive. I feel like I strayed off a bit, but yeah, this was the video on page analysis. I did talk about additional things, and yeah, if you liked my video, then hit a like and subscribe, or follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/JEBSEO Fort Worth. Hope you guys have a peaceful rest of your August 29th on Tuesday. I will do tomorrow's video, maybe on page analysis continued again. It depends, or I might just do maps tomorrow. But without further ado, I hope you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. Peace.